So, welcome. We are here at the Frost Science Museum at the Miami Verse, and we are today here with the CEO and founder of Lab 22C, Saif. Welcome.
Thanks so much, Ruthie. It's a joy to be here this morning.
I'm so excited that you're here, of how Lab 22C has innovated technology here in the city of Miami. Actually, you are one of the speakers I'm actually excited about. I didn't know you were going to be here, so thank you. So, for those who don't know you and aren't familiar with you, tell us your full name and the name of your company.
Great. My name is Saif Ishoof, and I'm the CEO and founder of Lab 22C, proudly a Miami born company.
So, being a Miami born company in technology, in the fastest emerging tech hub, not only in the nation, but I think internationally, tell us a little bit about Miamiverse and how it sides with the mission and vision and objective of the Miamiverse.
So, from what I know about the Miami Verse project, what's very exciting is that it's leaning into this concept, Ruthie, of digital twins and cities that are creating a digital parallel of themselves enable public sector decision makers, private developers, and really anybody who's trying to navigate the complex physical landscape of a big city to be able to do so at a much lower cost basis, but specifically using the digital twin architecture. So I think it's a very, very exciting initiative. I know that the team who's been behind it has been working on it for a while. And I think in the long game, these are the types of initiatives that are going to wind up ultimately spurring in more investment and more economic development for our region, which is just a great thing for everybody who believes in what's happening here in South Florida.
And it's so interesting because Miami is actually the third largest economy in the U.S., but it is the fastest growing economy in economic development. But we're always talking about real estate, right? Let's talk a little bit about the emerging technology in South Florida, because I know you're heavily involved in blockchain and Web3. But people are always talking about real estate. Let's talk a little bit about how the shift of entertainment has, and you've been involved in that aspect as well, in emerging technologies. If you can go ahead and share a little bit with us of how that has changed the face of entertainment in South Florida.
That's a great question. So, first and foremost, real estate is the largest asset class in the world. And we know a major driver, if not one of the largest drivers of South Florida, is real estate. And one of our core competitive advantages as a region is culture. We know that we're the only city in the world that has all four major sports teams. We have Formula One, we have an international tennis tournament, and. But we're also a home to one of the largest electronica music festivals in the world, right here in downtown Miami, the Ultra Music Festival. And so what's happening is that real estate ultimately gets activated because of culture. Cities that are winning in the second half of the 21st century are places where young people want to go, they want to thrive. I'm the parent to two young people. One is in high school, one's in college. And so cities like Miami that are places that have these thriving cultural districts, whether we think about Wynwood, when we think about jazz in the gardens and Miami Gardens, it's not just in the urban core, but it's happening all throughout our region. That convergence of culture and real estate activates ultimately economic development. And then when you infuse what's possible using digital twin technology, what's happening in the metaverse or whatever space you might want to define that as, there's a lot of different terms for it. I think it means that our region is positioned very richly to be one of the leaders in the second half of the 21st century. Culture is an activator of what brings people out. I like to say community is currency. And in South Florida, it's a great example of that. And so this type of offering, I think, is what's going to make us a place where more and more founders and investors want to build and deploy capital.
I'm so excited that you're here with us. And where can actually where you have upcoming events with Lab 22C?
Yeah, so our team hosts actually every second Tuesday of the month, Cafecito and Pastelitos. It was happening this morning down at Chug's Diner in the Grove. We're also part of an initiative for defense tech and dual use. And the third Tuesday of every month, we hold Defense Tech Tuesdays. So more to find out about that. I also launched recently a podcast called The Saif Effect. It's now the #1 business podcast podcast in Miami. Check it out on YouTube and wherever you love to find your podcast, called The Saif Effect. Thank you so much, Ruthie.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And don't miss it out, Lab22C. You heard it from the CEO and founder that the Miami Verse is the place to be, and follow Lab22C and all their innovative ventures to the future of Miami. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Ruthie.
Have a great day.